we are live. Today is the last day of August 31st.
Yeah,
Welcome. I am SamMeeBee with my co-host Danny
Stone,
and we are
Gem City Sports.
Woo, 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 woo. And so August 31st, Danny Stone, you started telling me some news. I want you to tell me a little bit more about it.
I better have a source. I guess I'll pull out my phone. It just came up on my Google app that Cooper Kupp had a setback. I guess Sean McVay said that Cooper Kupp had a setback with his, was it a hamstring injury?
That's pretty big news. I didn't even see that.
Yep.
It must have literally just happened, right?
Yeah. Well, I've literally got my phone pulled up so that we can actually give somebody a proper source here. I should have had this ready. I'm so sorry.
That's right. I caught you off guard. Come walking in with big news like that as a Rams fan, I was like, heck no, I don't want to hear that.
I'm genuinely a little depressed by it. Okay,
I'm wearing the Rams Super Bowl hat.
Ari Mariov on Twitter, and I'm so sorry if I'm saying his name wrong, but Cooper Kupp suffered a setback. Head coach Sean McVay said they're calling Cooper day-to-day for now. It's a muscle strain, I guess. Again, Ari Mariov, I give all credit to. Jordan Rodriguez of The Athletic says setback for. So there it is, Andrew Siciliano. It is on Twitter. We can even watch a little Twitter video of Sean McVay. Apparently, no, of course we won't do that. But it's all over the internet.
Live.
I mean, this is pretty brand new.
Well, that kind of leads us into today's topic. Today we're going to talk about our picks for awards season winners.
Yep.
And actually, Cooper Kupp, I lit that first award. We're going to start easy, the comeback player, and Cooper Kupp was on that list.
Yeah.
I think we're both in agreement. Actually, everyone, the heavy favorite right now, Damar Hamlin.
Yeah.
So that's why we're starting with this award, Damar Hamlin. If he wasn't one to win it, I would say I'm looking at Lamar, Tua. They're both coming back from injuries. So,
sure.
But pretty still Damar.
I actually like that Lamar take. You know who could be a good one? Odell Beckham, since he missed all last year. I think realistically, though, we don't need to spend too much time on this. As long as Damar Hamlin's still in the NFL, he has every right to win that award.
He does.
I mean, it's an incredible story.
I'm hoping he stays healthy all year, deserves to win that award, so I'm hoping he wins it.
I think we all wish him, well.
All right, so let's jump in. And the first award, we'll talk about MVP. Who's your MVP pick this year?
That's really tough. I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes. I think he wins back-to-back MVPs.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
My take.
Oh, I've got another one. But go ahead.
I think the AFC is like a bloodbath. Is what I've been reading. All the quarterbacks. There's definitely a correlation of MVP usually on the highest scoring offense. So I'm going to go actually with Jalen Hurts. I'm excited to see what he does this year.
Yeah, you know who else? So Jalen Hurts is a close second for me, but you know who else is up there? I was actually thinking about this the other day. Aaron Rodgers. I think if Aaron Rodgers can make the Jets win a championship game, go to the Super Bowl, that would kind of prove
that would. Yeah.
I mean, wow, they really were a quarterback away last year.
Yeah. I love it. That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll move on to Offensive Player of the Year. What are you thinking for that?
I mean, I would like it to be Cooper Kupp again, obviously, or Cam Akers. That would be fun, right? But I think most realistically, it's going to be Jonathan Taylor. Sorry, bad joke. Wish him all the best as well. That's just an unfortunate situation. I guess Offensive Player of the Year, not rookie, but just because rookie Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, we're coming to that. That's actually the last award.
Bijan Robinson, but we'll get there. I think for Offensive Player of the Year, just straight up.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
A receiver though, not a running back.
Yeah.
I mean, unless maybe Josh Jacobs has another year like last year.
So I'm a statistics guy, trends guy, as far as the betting nature of me. 3 of the last 4 winners are receivers. It's definitely more of a receiver award now.
Yeah.
Not many repeat winners, so that's how I rule out Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
I really want to take Travis Kelce, but the problem is when you look at it, he's put up great numbers year after year, and if he hasn't won it yet or close, I don't think he's going to win it. My long shot, actually, I think he was in the top 5 for yards ran per route. He's on this award usually goes to a player that wins a lot of games or his team wins a lot. So my guy, I'm building it up. I think his team's going to win a lot of games. I already picked that in our previous episodes. I think he's a quarterback that is hungry. I'm going Chris Olave.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I feel like this award sometimes is a breakout player. It's like I said, to me, they don't want repeats. It takes out Kupp.
I know who he's targeting in fantasy football. I tell you what.
So, yeah, I'm taking out Kupp. I'm taking out Jefferson.
Wow.
I know. I've been reading up, and I'm like, I'm high on the Saints this year.
I'll keep it real with you. I picked up Olave in at least one of my leagues last year, fantasy football.
Yeah.
I think he's a great player. I don't know I don't know what that offense looks like. Like, you've got Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara when he comes back.
Exactly.
And Chris Olave. So
hungry quarterback.
Jimmy Graham, I think, is there. Say what you want.
Yeah, I think he was hurt briefly, but then it's like, who they have last year? Andy Dalton, Taysom Hill. So
I don't hate the pick.
Olave was good, yeah.
I don't know if Derek Carr is going to focus in on Chris Olave is what I'm trying. Like, is he going to just feed? He might. I don't know.
Well, that's a fun thing. I can't wait to see how many we get right. So, and then he is.
I like that pick.
I know there's various sports books. I know Kelsey was around plus 5,000. I mean, those are big odds. Olave, I think, was plus 6,500. So bigger odds. So, yeah. All right, we'll move on to Defensive Player of the Year. Who you got any ideas for that?
I think it's just really hard to see Olave having a better year than Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson, but that's what the beauty of it is. He can prove me wrong. I mean, he can have a great year. I think
Hill is definitely the top on a lot of people's list. I personally think the Dolphins have a step back.
Okay.
And I've said that in previous episodes. That's why I'm like, it's hard for me to go against what I've said before. And I'm like, I'm going to press on with what I say.
Okay. I'm doing what I said not to. I wouldn't get us held up on a
topic.
No.
Hey, we're here to have a good time. I want to hear, because we've agreed on so much. So that's why I love this episode. I knew we were going to disagree on a lot. And
I like that take. Okay.
So, yeah.
Then let's get into your next question.
Oh, Defensive Player of the Year. I'll start because you've been starting. This one usually goes to someone that goes after the quarterback. So unlike offensive player, where the team is usually typically good, this team doesn't have to be good. And unlike offense, sometimes repeat winners have happened. Look at Donald. So I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm going T.J. Watt from Pittsburgh is my take.
T.J. Watt's a great pick. I think Max Crosby in Vegas.
I do. Actually, I like that. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. And then obviously the Rams fan in me, I would love to see Aaron Donald get that award. And this is all respect. I want to be cautious with this because this is a very serious situation. The Damar Hamlin situation, he deserves comeback player of the year. If it weren't for that, and maybe that sounds insensitive, and I don't mean it that way, so I apologize, but the long story short is Aaron Donald, I think, could have a chance to win that too.
Yeah.
Minus the clear-cut Damar Hamlin's worthy of it, deserving of it, I think. Even if Damar Hamlin doesn't plays only one snap in the NFL this year,
that's true.
He deserves the award. I believe
I didn't even think that. I said he should play the whole season. I said hopefully he stays healthy, which obviously I do. You're right. He shouldn't have to play the whole season for that award.
I mean, genuinely, if he's on the 53-man roster for the Bills, I think right now, that speaks volumes. I think technically you have to play at least one snap, but Geno Smith won comeback player of the year last year, which is bizarre. He wasn't hurt. It just had to do with him playing better. It's kind of bizarre. I don't know.
I know my vote doesn't matter.
He played great, by the way.
But he won me over when he said, they wrote me off, I didn't write back.
I thought it was funny.
That was one of my favorite quotes I've ever heard.
I'm hoping, and it's the Rams fan in me. I mean, I want to see Seattle implode, you know?
Oh,
and I like Pete Carroll. I do.
Wait till I have for you later at the show.
All right.
All right, a couple more awards left. Defensive Rookie of the Year. You want me to start with this one?
I think I won't. I bet I know what you're going to say later. I can't wait. All right, go ahead.
All right, so Defensive Rookie of the Year. And it's funny, I look at trends in the history. So a lot of times the favorites seem to win this. Okay. Just like Defensive Player of the Year, it's usually someone that goes after the quarterback, gets a lot of sacks. My guy, looking at his schedule, plays at least a rookie 5 games. I'm going Will Anderson from Houston.
Okay. I like that boy, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Carter,
yeah.
Yeah. It's a Jalen?
Maybe, yeah.
I should know this. I'm so sorry. But Carter, who got drafted, I think, 10th overall by Philadelphia.
Yeah, and Anderson was 3rd, 2. Yeah.
So both are good picks. I mean, it could be Sauce Gardner won it last year, so there might be a young cornerback that I'm not thinking of.
I think Washington got a good corner that I was high on. When I was looking at my picks, it did get down. And like I said, this is typically an award the favorites get.
100%.
So your guy, I think, number 2, Anderson's 1. So I'm like, I can see either that. And
it's typically a pass rusher. I think that Sauce Gardner winning it last year is a bit of an anomaly, but I don't know that.
It is, as I said, it's definitely even Defensive Player of the Year.
Not that he didn't deserve it, by the way. It's not what I mean. I just mean, typically speaking, it's a pass rusher.
I'm a trends guy, and I think even Defensive Player of the Year, if you look at it, I think it was mainly linemen.
Yeah.
I think the only couple come to mind was Luke Kuechly.
He was so good,
Stephon Gilmore. Outside of them, it's typically not like a defensive back. So
I mean, people love seeing the quarterback on their back unless it's their quarterback.
That's true.
So.
All right, this will be a fun one. You already said the name, so I'll let you start. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Oh, did I already say a name?
You did.
Oh, no.
That's all right.
Which name did I say? I'm so sorry. Bijan Robinson.
Bijan himself.
I mean.
Which I do love that name, and I love his NIL deal. He's got his own mustard out right now.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
All right, so you can go with any of the young quarterbacks. Like, why not?
Yeah.
But I am going to rock with Bijan Robinson. I don't know if I'm going to get him in any fantasy leagues. He's going pretty high. I'd have to make a decision to get him based on where I'm drafting. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I watch college football, but it looks like he's the real deal from a couple preseason highlights that I've read about. I really haven't watched much of him yet.
Yeah, I don't watch much college. I knew he went to Texas, in which they haven't been good in years.
Yeah.
But they do got Arch Manning, which I'm excited for that. I don't even know if he's starting this.
The only downside I have for Bijan Robinson is they going to start with Tyler Algier, who was a 1,000-yard rusher for them last year. Are they going to give him the rock for the first 25-40% of the games, and then maybe gradually bring up Robinson up to speed, not for lack of a better pun?
Well, I know in our division winners talk, I said a lot of people are high on the Falcons for some reason, so he could be a key player. And again, that's kind of like my pick usually goes to similar offensive player of the year. Has to be a winning team. This award, just like offensive player of the year, doesn't normally go to the favorite. Surprisingly, when you look at history of the winners, because you never know who has a breakout. I'm going Jahmyr Gibbs from Detroit. I'm thinking they're going to treat him as Kamara-esque. He's number 2 running back behind Bijan. So
offensive rookie of the year, he was drafted ahead of Bijan, actually.
Was he?
Gibbs was, yeah. Oh. He was the first running back off the people were.
I didn't realize that. Well, I just know that odds-wise, he's. I'm trying to think if he's a second favorite. I know Bijan is the favorite.
If I remember correctly, insiders were kind of like, you shouldn't be surprised. I knew Gibbs was going before Robinson, but I think most people had Robinson going before Gibbs. But, yeah, they really there's something about him that they really like in Detroit. I could see myself getting him in some fantasy leagues. I like where he's being drafted.
Which we're drafting Sunday. Where are you at? What number do you draft?
7 or 8, I think.
I'm 8.
Okay.
So
I can't remember.
I guess I'm taking best available. Whoever you don't take, I'm taking.
8's about.
Just remember that.
I love that. According to ESPN, based on some mock drafts I've been doing, and this could have changed, but I just did one yesterday. Bijan is slotted at about the 8th spot.
Yeah.
And in a few of my leagues, I'm drafting earlier than 8th, and that's why I say if I get Robinson, it's a real decision of I believe in this dude. I don't care so much about the rating.
No, it's like
look, there it is.
So Bijan was drafted 8th overall, and Jahmyr Gibbs is 12th overall.
Oh, my bad.
That's all right. So, no, that's all right, because I said I was surprised because Bijan was the top. Actually, that's pretty surprising. 2 running backs in the first round. I didn't even talk about that.
My brain is fried. I could have swore it was the other way around, but he just showed. I'm so sorry, everybody.
That's all right. Hey, I mean, what is it? The Mandela effect, right?
That's right. That's right. The Mandela effect. Yeah, that is what it is.
Actually, I'm going to pull it up. We haven't really been talking about the odds. I know I mentioned Chris Olave is definitely big odds. So I wonder, I think Bijan is the favorite. Sorry for the little downtime. We need some music.
I don't know what I was thinking that Bijan, I must be out of my gourd.
No, it's all right.
I mean, I would have bet $5 on it because I could have swore that I remember analysts saying, I can't believe Gibbs went before.
Well, yeah. Awards.
Well, I guess I'm probably wrong more than I realize. Huh?
Well, we'll find out end of the season. That's the fun thing about this.
That's true.
All right, offensive rookie of the year. Yeah, Bijan's a favorite. Bryce Young 2. So Gibbs is 5th. So 5th favorite.
Okay.
Which makes sense. It goes Bijan, the 3 quarterbacks we have starting, and then him. For defense, it's defensive player of the year. Micah Parsons a favorite. Myles Garrett's a good one.
I was watching, if I may, just because I saw Zay Flowers' name, I was watching Rich Eisen interview Odell Beckham Jr., about a 20-minute interview. Pretty fun interview, actually, but long and short end. He asked, Odell, who's your top 5 receivers? And I really like Beckham's answer because this is kind of more where I'm at. He's like, I can give you 9 names, and any given week, they're the best receiver in the league, best receiver in the world. And he named the 9 that I bet anybody can think of, whether it's Jamar or even Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, the typical Devontae Parker, not Devontae Parker, Devontae Adams, excuse me. And then he said, but I'll give you a deep name, Zay Flowers.
Yeah, they're talking high on him.
Yeah.
Perfect. Hey, side note, I see the Rams did sign a kicker, but originally they didn't have a kicker.
Yep.
So Patriots have 1 quarterback. Is this making room for TB12 return?
Well, that's a hilarious take. I mean, you could do a short out of that. I bet if we hashtag it right, we could get some clips. I think, if anything, Tom Brady would go to the 49ers, right? If Purdy gets hurt,
You mean the team that a 7th rounder and a washed-up quarterback beat the first-round pick they traded 3 picks for? That team?
Yeah, that's the same one. I tell you what, I kind of want to do an article about how the Rams and 49ers, their quarterback situation, like they both traded a lot of picks to get their guy. Yeah. Both of their guys are no longer on the team. The difference is the Rams have a Super Bowl ring in the trophy.
And that's why I'm wearing my Rams hat, so I'm thankful for that. Yeah. So it goes into our next topic.
Of course, Niners have more historically, but not lately.
Not recently, yeah. So actually, let's go to Super Bowl. Who's your take on what's the matchup and who do you have winning?
Are you taking Geno Smith in the Super Bowl?
No.
Okay. Championship
game? I
game?
have my Super Bowl. I have the Eagles beating the Jets. Who do you have?
I hate my pick. It's a repeat of last year. I think it's going to be Philadelphia, Kansas City. But if you're goodness gracious, I'm torn because I do believe in Brock Purdy. I hate to say that. I think that the 49ers can definitely be a team that's there. I think the Eagles can definitely be a team that's there. Mm-hmm. Who's a third NFC team that can get there? I mean, I feel like those are maybe Dallas, but I'm not really that high on Dallas.
So actually, I did ask you to come in here with your serious pick and then give me long shot. Who's your long shot pick for Super Bowl? AFC, NFC.
The Rams are cute, but no, I like. Shoot, I mean, why not? Everybody's high on the Falcons.
Yeah.
Why not? Kyle Pitts, Drake London. Yeah. Why not? Why can't they get there? Sure.
Yeah. That's a good one,
young rookie running back. I think the reason people are high on them is they've got good linemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about AFC? You got a long shot there?
I could be wrong.
So obviously someone not the Chiefs. Who else you can see?
Would the Bengals be considered a long shot?
I'd say that. Yeah. Because the favorite top two.
I know you
Chiefs.
can't stand them.
Nah, the favorite two is Chiefs Bills. So yeah, I'll give you to that. My long shot, I got the Seahawks beating the Ravens.
In the Super Bowl.
You're looking at it because, like I said, AFC is the favorite. They actually bet which conference wins the Super Bowl. Right now it's AFC minus 125, NFC plus 105. So that's plus money. And even better, if you pick the NFC to win NFC West.
At all. To be the man, you got to beat the man. Patrick Mahomes is that dude.
Yeah,
the road to the Super Bowl goes through Kansas City until proven otherwise.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that every second round of the playoffs this year or get eliminated in the championship game. Going into next year, barring something really different happening, I'm still going to take the Chiefs as the best team in the AFC as long as they have Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I think Chiefs, Eagles for the Super Bowl, and I kind of hate it because it's a repeat of last year. But
that's a heavy favorite. It is the favorite for good reason. They're both good teams, and I had the Phillies going there, so it's like I want to see Philly do it. I like Philly.
I like my friends who like Philly is what I'll say.
Well, speaking of Chiefs, that'll lead us into our next topic. You can now bet
are going to get the first touchdown of the game. Jared Goff to Amon-Ra.
And I want to take the Lions to score the first touchdown. I didn't tell you this when I asked you to think of it. I wanted you to come up with a long shot. I came up with Sky Moore, who's actually right behind him at plus 1,300.
I love that.
So, yeah, Sky Moore. And
for me, the long shot would be Jahmyr
Brown.
Gibbs.
Yeah, he's plus
because I think they're going to rock David Montgomery for a bit, and then they're going to transition into Gibbs.
No, I like it. I like your pick, St. Brown, and then I got Sky Moore, so that'd be fun.
I think Kansas City ends up winning the game.
That'd probably be good first game, good first matchup.
I think it's going to be a really good first game, and we'll find out next week.
I just hope the Lions can bounce back after that loss. They're gonna lose, so I think that's because I thought why wouldn't you open with last year's Super Bowl matchup, Eagles Chiefs? But I don't think they wanted the Eagles to start off with a loss on a bad note. I think the NFL knows what they're doing, so I think they strategically choose who they pick first, so they don't want.
They definitely do strategically choose, but that's an interesting point. Okay, yeah.
No, so I said we're a week out. Today's August 31st, so we'll definitely make another video next week. Pick our who's going to win each game and some other topics. So I think that was it. So, again, this is SamMeeBee and Danny Stone. Can't wait to see how our picks go and how many we got right. This was
Gem City Sports.
Woo, woo, woo. Where you find your one love?
One love.